Hello and welcome to That Arsenal Show, the place where you're going to find the most unbiased and objective Arsenal fans because they do exist. They definitely do exist. My name is Adam Charles and tonight I'm joined by the usual panel. I do have a special guest. You know exactly who they are already. We have Igal. Igal, how are you, sir? How are you?
Do the intro. Do the intro.
I'm ready, bro.
Igal, I've heard that recently you've become a bit of a sensation. You've become so popular that you have your own intro, and I'm sorry, I have to play it. I have to play it. Where is it?
Let's go.
Where is it? There.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a girl to ride. I need a girl to make my wife. I need a girl who's mine, oh mine. I need a girl in my life. I need a girl to ride. I need a girl to be my wife. Nobody else, she's all mine. I need a girl. Yeah. Yo, I'm internationally known on the microphone.
Listen, Igal, well done, bro. Well done. You've made it. You've officially
Yeah,
made it.
I'll tell you something. I guess I am internationally known now. Let's be honest.
Gee, come on.
Let's get it.
We also have Kesh. Kesh, I'm really sorry. We don't have a special introduction for you. I apologize, bro. But how you doing?
I'm alright, man. A bit shattered, man. I had a lot to do yesterday.
Yeah.
Still recovering. Yeah.
Like what? I mean, it's lockdown, bro. What have you been doing?
What I've been doing? Wait, let's keep that on the wraps.
Oh. All right. Sorry. We also have Sam. And you know what, Sam? I hope you're ready to give it to Chelsea fans tomorrow because Terry's going to be ranking the Arsenal invincible players. I don't want to give too much away, but he's going to be ranking the Arsenal invincible players against the Chelsea 04-05 team to determine who is world class and who isn't. So I hope you're ready for that one, bro.
Because you know what? That is blasphemy on the name of the great Arsene Wenger. Blasphemy on his name. And may the God's light shine through Chelsea fans and the Invincibles reign supreme every single time.
Yeah, you might be wishful thinking on that one. But we also have a guest, a special guest. How are you, JR Fizzy? How's it going?
I'm good, man. Good to be in. First show ever. Hopefully it goes well.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, just as long as you don't say anything too crazy. But
too outlandish, and let's not get too out there.
Even if you do, it doesn't really matter. We'll still be here to back you. Don't worry about it. Anyway, guys, please make sure you are liking this video. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and commenting. Because we want people to see our lovely faces, obviously. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the mailing list, which will be in the description below. And finally, if anybody wants to jump on the stream, just follow me on Twitter at TFO Show. Drop me a DM, and I'll do my very best to get you on the stream in the last 10 to 15 minutes or so. But guys, I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I know the stream says that we're going to preview the Leeds game. But Igal asked a very good question earlier on today. He said, could Arteta's next 5 fixtures get him sacked? And I pondered on it a little bit and I thought, you know what? That's why I love Igal, because that's a flipping brilliant question. And I went and I looked at Arsenal's next fixtures. It's Leeds, Wolves, Tottenham, Burnley, Southampton. And given that in this season of all seasons where nothing's predictable, and especially when you're an Arsenal fan, I thought that this was a reasonable question to ask. So for each of these games, I want to do like a little mini preview / prediction to decide whether we think Arsenal will win, draw, or lose that game and how we see it going. And after that, I want to see whether we think Arteta will, in fact, be here after the next 5 games or not. And we can only begin with Leeds. And we know they're managed by the great Marcelo Bielsa, who is Bielsa ball a thing yet? I think it is, right? No?
Nah.
Okay, fair enough. Arsenal's sort of recent history is pretty good with Leeds. We've played them 12 times. We've won 7. Leeds have won 3, and we've drawn 2. But that's
except for the Viduka moment.
Yeah, but that's obviously a very different Arsenal side to the one that's playing now, and that Leeds side is probably different to the one that's playing now. So, do we see Arsenal winning, drawing, or losing that game?
We're winning this game. Come on,
draw.
Guys.
I'm saying draw.
We're winning this game. It's a must-win game.
It is a must-win game, but I think it's going to be a draw.
So you know what? I just realized there's 5 of us, so we can actually, we can come to a nice conclusion here. What are we saying?
I'm saying win all day. If me and Kesh were speaking about this last time, this Leeds team is very similar to the Leeds team that we faced last year in the cup, and we beat that cup team. We beat them with our second team, basically, with Socrates playing as right back at that time. So if we can beat them last year with similar players, I get it. It's changed a season later, but hey, I'm thinking going into this game, we are the favorites still. We are the team that's going to go out there and beat them. We still have the better players, even though they're on form and Patrick Bamford's scoring goals. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're Arsenal. We're going to beat these guys. Let's be honest.
I hear you, yeah, but we should have said that about Aston Villa.
That's confidence, man.
We can talk about the fact that Patrick Bamford is scoring goals. You can't just say but, because he's really scoring goals that he shouldn't be scoring, goals than he currently does right now, because he pointed, don't forget, and he was ruled offside. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's gonna be as easy as Arsenal should or will win this game. I don't think it is. It's never that simple, bro.
I don't think it will be easy, but out of all the teams we've played so far, this is probably one of, if not Fulham and West Ham, it's probably up there with one of the easiest teams to play. In terms of, if you look at their recent form and the way they're starting to play now, they're not really going out attacking the way they was in the first few games. They are actually sitting back, because I think what they've noticed is that they can't just go into games and be open like the way they have been. They're scoring goals, but they're not taking the results.
I hear you. So what, Sam? What are you saying? You think it's a victory for Arsenal or not?
You know, Arsenal on form are very erratic, Adam, because 1 week we'll be playing Batty Borisov and lose 1-0. Next week we'll be playing a team like Man City and we'll beat them 2-0. See, there's no middle line between this Arsenal side. Going back on the previous game, and there's no Willian. We'll go on Willian later, yeah, because this guy is getting on my nerves. Going to the buy to buy a steak, but we'll go into that later. On form, Leeds are the better side, and you can't go into that cup game from early this year. Yes, we had Socrates at right back. If you look at Leeds' team, they have improved massively. They got Rodrigo in, they got Robin Koch, they got who was that? You know, they improved massively, bought new defenders. So really, if you look at this, Arsenal have digressed and Leeds have really progressed. So really, I'm not confident. I'm going to go for 1-1 draw.
A 1-1. So we got a draw for Sam. We got a win for Igal. Kesh, that was a win, right?
I can't call it, honestly. I can't call it, because if we go in...
It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a 50-50.
You have to apply context with it, innit? Like, if we go in with this system that we've been playing with, then I think we've got no chance. But if you look at who's got COVID and who might not be able to play because they've taken a silly decision to travel abroad, you then look and think we might have one of our strongest lineups so far this season, because you're going to have the likes of Pepe coming in. You're probably going to have a more attacking midfield with the likes of Ceballos in there or Xhaka instead of El Neni and Partey. So it all depends on the lineup and if we actually tweak the system a bit. And when you actually look at Leeds now, I don't feel they play well when they press against a team that's able to beat the press.
Fair. Fizzy, what do you have to say to this super chat here? It says, how are Leeds on form when they just lost 4-1? Thank you, D1, for that super chat. And guys, if you want your comment read out, you know what to do. Give us a super chat. Do you agree? Do you think Leeds are on form? Do you think Arsenal are going to get beaten? Are they going to embarrass us? They've got a better manager. What's going to happen?
Nah, I think, do you know what? With Leeds, yeah, they've been a bit of a weird team to predict. Like, they've been a bit up and down. Like, they've had good results, but then they've also had, like, crazy results. Like, I wouldn't say they're on form, but the thing is with Arsenal, right? When we played against Aston Villa, we were terrible. That's why I'm thinking we can still get a draw, because we won't be as bad as we were against Aston Villa. But I still think, it's like Kesh said, like, if we don't really change the system, if we still try this 3-4-3 or however you want to call it, 5-3-2, whatever we're playing, right? If you want to stick with this system that we've got right now, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. Just because I think, like, the way Aston Villa pressed us at home was ridiculous. If Leeds are a high pressing side, I think Leeds can outpress us, to be honest. But they have been up and down. So there is a chance. And Arteta, for me, I'm gonna see with this game, yeah, because I think if he doesn't change the system, there has to be serious questions asked. What's going on? I'm not saying Arteta out, but don't misquote me, don't mislead. I'm not saying Arteta out. I'm just saying that it's okay to ask questions why something is not changing if you're not getting better results. That's my only thing. I'm not saying Arteta out because I've seen us improve defensively a lot. People can say that's because we play a more defensive system, we park the bus, whatever. We have defensively improved, in my opinion, personally, right? There's more structure to the side. We're not as easily beatable. Like before, goals were flying in left, right, and center. Like it was mad. Now, I think it's a little bit more structured in what he's trying to do, which I understand. But for me, he has to improve the other side of the game attacking-wise. So I'm going to see if he has that thing like that now as a manager to think, okay, cool. So my system's not working at the moment. Can we change it and do something against Leeds? That's what I'm thinking to see how he does.
Sorry, go on, Miguel. Go on.
Adam, this is the mighty Arsenal. We do not lose these teams. Let's be honest. Promotion teams that get promoted, we usually do well against. This is Leeds. They just got promoted from the championship after how many years? Almost my little brother's whole entire life. So let's be honest here. We are not going to go to these guys and be the minnows. We're going to go out there. We're going to show them who we are. And you know what? Their style of play might be suited to us because we're not suited to teams that sit back. This team is not going to sit back. They're going to try to come on to us. And you know what? That's where their weakness is. They're going to pick out holes. And if Crystal Palace can beat them 4-1, you honestly think we're going to lose to they're going to lose we're going to lose to them. All right.
Let me just come back on that one. I hear you. Crystal Palace should not really be beating Leeds like 4-1. There shouldn't be that big a difference in their quality. However, Crystal Palace have players that are a little bit more direct than Arsenal do. And I don't really see it being a thing where we can just come out and say, yes, Arsenal are going to beat Leeds because they're a championship side or Arsenal aren't minnows. To that point, though, there are people calling you deluded in the comments. As per, I don't think you're deluded for saying that Arsenal could or should beat Leeds, but I just don't think it's going to be as easy as you're kind of suggesting right now.
Let me add some context. We went to Manchester City and we gave them a game. Up until the last minute, we could have drawn that game. Liverpool, until Jota scored the third goal, we could have got something out of that game if Lacazette had his shooting boots on. So if we're going to these teams and we're giving them a game and almost winning, yes, Leicester we lost, yes, Aston Villa we lost, but Leeds, let's be honest, this is Leeds. This is not Barcelona, it's Leeds. This is Leeds.
No, but
Leeds went to Anfield. Yeah. Leeds went to Anfield, and if it wasn't for a mistake at the end, they would have got something out of the game. We didn't go to Anfield to do this.
Yeah, Gal, the thing is, you're gonna get crucified in the comments. But one thing I'll correct you on is that if you could look at the Man City game, the game was there for the taking, and Mikel Arteta sat back. You can't say yes, we gave him a game. No, listen, Gal, bro, I love you, but Man City were below average. They were poor. Maybe
they were in second gear. They were chilling.
Exactly.
They were chilling.
They put a spliff on, smoking that spliff. We were ready to give him that spliff, bro. You know what? McCarter just effed up and we lost the game. So you can't say we gave City a game when really City were crap.
I wouldn't say it's Mikel Arteta's fault, man. The players went out there to do a job and then didn't get it done. You can't blame Arteta for that defeat at all.
Fair. I hear it. I think what upsets me most is that I'm talking about a team that I've seen coming from the Invincibles beating teams like Leeds like 5-1. Thierry Henry dominating the team sheet. And now I'm talking about Arsenal possibly maybe not drawing, maybe losing to Leeds. It's just poor. It's just very.
This is what we moved to the Emirates for, apparently, to compete with Bayern Munich. Man.
Wait. The bell's come. The bell has spoken. The bell has spoken for Arsenal.
The bell has spoken. I saw that.
Oh yeah. Talk to me about the bell. What's the bell saying?
So apparently, Arsenal. He's opened a file and also made contact for Dominic Szoboszlai. I can't say his name. Szoboszlai. Arsenal have made contact for him. And apparently in January, we're going to go after the guy with his £21 million release clause. So he was right about Partey, but...
but there's other clubs. I've heard that there's other...
He could strike twice.
I would take him 100%. He's a baller.
All day.
He's a baller. I can't lie, he's a baller.
Specialist.
So
too.
Arsenal gonna get him, yeah? We can say that. Sam will get through. That's what you're telling me.
Listen, we're both me and the guy are Muslim, yeah. We can speak to our brother AFC Bell, yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. He will not lie to us. He will not lie to us.
Call whoever you need to call.
We'll contact with the Arab brothers. We all contact around the world. He will not lie. He'll get the brother Sasmulay to the Arsenal family.
Terry, change the name of the stream. Arsenal are getting Slobodsky. Yeah, change it.
Let's get it. Yo, if we get that guy, honestly, he could have the effect of a Bruno for Arsenal. He could come into this team and give us what we've been missing. Let's be honest.
No, he's not a player. He's not a player.
Calm down. If we did make a January signing that addresses our need, what makes you think that we couldn't have the effect? Bringing in an attacking player that has the creativity, has the ability to do magic from set pieces. If we brought that player into our team, he could have a similar effect to Bruno. I'm not saying he's going to, but he could. And until Bruno came into Manchester United, they were in a situation similar to our likes of ourselves. They were not performing well, and they went on a big run near the end of the season. And just like Manchester United, we have a situation at the end of the season. We have a good run of fixtures.
So what are we saying? What, top 4 if we get him? Yeah.
No,
I'm saying top 4 beforehand. Anyway,
I'm going for Kesh. You telling me what? Top 4 we get?
Fifth or below.
This guy, why you so turned down? Bro? You're hurting me today.
It's 5th or below, man. I just don't see how things are just going to drastically change. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, we can improve our performances. I'm not saying we can't. We can actually go on a good run of form and get some points, but there will always be those games where individuals will let us down. I'm numb to it. I just know that's what I'm gonna see in it.
Right, that is a man that has been defeated one too many times. All right, cool. So overall, we're saying what? Leeds is a draw.
Yeah, I would say draw. Yeah.
I thought we had 3 wins. Who picked win?
Who picked you? I think you picked win, bro.
Yeah,
everyone else was.
So we're going to lead draw. Maybe if we can get.
Guys, let me hype you guys up 1 second, okay? Let me say something. If we didn't lose to Aston Villa or Leicester, right, we currently would be sitting just one of those games. If we got 3 points, we currently would be sitting tied with 15 points to 6th place, a team that is being considered as a title challenger in Chelsea. So 1 game does not change my mind in the opinion of the whole season. We have a good run of fixtures, so calm down, guys. It's too reactionary.
All right, okay, cool. Let's move on to the next fixture then, which is Wolves. Now, obviously, because Wolves have been in the Premier League longer than Leeds, or been back in the Premier League longer than Leeds, there's more recent history for us to look at. Now, in the past 3 meetings, Arsenal have not beaten Wolves. There you go. And that is a newly promoted side, come from the same league as Leeds. There's 2 draws, 1 loss. I'm going to come to you first. What do you think is going to happen in that game?
Didn't we beat them last year?
That's why I thought. Didn't we beat them 2-0 last year?
With a clean sheet?
Did we?
We beat them 2-0. Lacazette even scored. That's how I remember.
Number 9.
We were 2-0. We beat them.
But yeah, go on.
Okay, so Wolves. Right now, Wolves, you can put more respect on Wolves' name because they came in, they signed the whole Portugal, and they're looking nice right now. I'm not going to lie to you. But they're sitting in 9th. They're ahead of us in the league. Last year, they finished ahead of us. But guess what? I'm still going with Arsenal because we're at home. I think Arteta's going to fix some things. He's going to change some things around. And I'm very optimistic that we'll be able to come out of this whole international break with some new ideas and change it up a little bit. So it's a lot of optimism, but what I'll tell you is against Wolves at home, we should have enough to get something out of this game. I'm going for a win, and I'm going to say it's a tight 2-1.
Cool. Fizzy, what are we saying?
Wolves, yeah. Awesome. I think we're at home as well. Yeah, we're at home. So
yeah.
I would. No, do you know what it is? It's for me, yeah. It's like, yeah, obviously the home thing is a little bit like kind of gone the home effect. I want Arteta after this international break. I hope Arteta has literally just sat down and thought, you know what? Yeah, things need to change, innit? If he does the same stuff with Leeds, then we go into the Wolves game similar. I think Wolves play like a similar formation to us as well, with like 3 at the back. So I feel like Arteta will try to go to that formation to match them. But me personally, I want him to take the game to Wolves. I think we will beat Wolves. I think we can. I'm gonna say 2-1 as well, like a guy. I don't think it'll be a confident win. I think it will be one of those tight wins. And at the moment, the way Arsenal are playing, they don't. The thing is, if we were playing good football, I could think, okay, I'd be more confident. But they don't fill me with confidence when you go into these games. And like, if you've seen the season so far, anyone can beat anyone. Like no one's really favorites. Anyone can beat anyone. Like we've seen some mad results this season, which is why I think this Premier League is definitely the weirdest. But I'm gonna say 2-1 Arsenal against Wolves. Tight win.
Let me paint a little scenario for you, Kesh.
Yeah.
This may be the 65th minute. Yeah. The camera pans to Adama Traore. He's putting baby oil on his forearms. He's putting baby oil on his legs, just so no one can grab him and foul him. Mm-hmm. He comes on against a tired Kieran Tierney, and the game is 0-0.
Mad.
Do you think Arsenal are winning that game with Adama Traore coming on at that moment?
I'm not worried about that at all. Like if you look at the recent game that we had against them, he was struggling so bad. The manager moved him into a more defensive position and brought someone else on. Because Maitland-Niles and Kieran Tierney had him on lock over that side. Mm-hmm. And if you look at how he's played so far this season, he hasn't been hitting it off. I don't know if it's because of the contract situation or whatever, but he's just not been playing well.
Fair. Okay. That's confidence. More confidence than Leeds, which is strange, it seems. Okay, fine. Sam, let me ask you though. Everyone's mentioned that we think Arteta needs to change from the 3 at the back system to 5. He said that Arsenal don't currently have the quality to actually play the way he wants to play. Do you see him changing for these next 2 fixtures?
I think, he's a system manager and changes it game by game. If you look at the Europa League, where he's gone to a more attacking formation, more of an attacking side, and now if you play a below average team, but it looks like every team we face is better than us, Adam. That's the problem. So he hasn't got the right to express himself in the Premier League. What I see him doing is hitting Leeds on the counter-attack, like how Crystal Palace did, and that's how you beat Leeds, because Leeds will be on your case 24/7, pressing right in front of goal. Like the game against Liverpool at Anfield, where they were pressing 24/7. So we got to just counter the press, like most teams do, and we're good at doing that, because Man City do the press, and we worked well against them in the FA Cup. Chelsea sometimes like to do a press, and we worked well against that. So mainly, I think I got confidence in Arteta, but not confidence in the players.
So what's the score versus Wolves?
Yeah, what are you predicting?
I'm not scared of Adama Traore, bro. This guy has no end product. I'm going to say 2-1 win to Arsenal.
It's 3-2-1. It's tied. Wow. It's 3-2-1.
Yeah, okay, fine. So far we've got a Leeds draw, a Wolves win. Fine, fair enough. I can respect that. Right, fixture 3, the North London derby. I haven't even bothered looking at the head-to-head on that one.
Check out the picture.
They don't really make too much of a difference.
Check out
the picture.
Let's get it.
Always.
Yeah. I haven't even looked at the head-to-head because obviously form goes out the window, all of that type of jazz.
Yeah.
But Arsenal's form against Tottenham in recent history, even under Unai Emery, Count Dracula, was actually pretty decent, which leads me to believe that Arsenal are going to batter Tottenham. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm going to say it with confidence. I will say it with confidence. Arsenal are going to batter Tottenham. And the reason why is because it would be a very Spursy thing to do. They're playing well. People are talking about them as title contenders, which means automatically Arsenal are winning that game by a 3-goal margin. Guaranteed.
Let
me paint the picture for you.
Mad.
Let me paint the picture for you, okay? You got Tottenham coming into this game with us. They're going to be facing Man City. I think they're going to lose to Man City. I think they're going to lose to Chelsea. And then they're going to be facing who else they're going to be facing? They're going to be facing ourselves. So if they lose even one of those next 2 games going into our game, their confidence is going to be down. I'm hearing Heung-min Son might have a situation where he might be out for COVID. Hopefully he's okay. But at the end of the day, if they're missing players due to COVID-19 and they're facing tough competition before us, this is perfect for us because we're going to be going on to them. They're going to be vulnerable, and you know what? I can taste the blood already. It's going to be absolute hard work for them.
Yeah, but not necessarily, because that could probably motivate them to slap us. That could be literally. Let's say if your situation happens, yeah, they lose to Chelsea, they lose to Man City. We are the perfect team to give you confidence. We are listen, it's Christmas time coming up. Santa Claus FC present. That's what we are. No, we are though. Think about it. If a player hasn't scored or if a team is not doing well, we are usually that team who give goals or give a game to boost your confidence. We are that team. We've been doing that. So don't you think that would be the I don't have confidence for Tottenham game. I really don't.
JR, let me respond. The last game they played was against West Brom, and they only won that game by 1 goal. They got a 1-0 win at the end of the day. And that, to me, going into these games shows me they still have vulnerabilities. They might be free-flowing and scoring 5 goals versus Southampton and 6 goals versus Manchester United. But against a relegation team, a team that is fighting for relegation, that just came up from the Championship, they beat them by 1 goal. What makes you think they're going to go to City, Chelsea, and ourselves and have confidence? I don't think they're going to be that team that everyone's talking about title challenge. Spurs, you guys still get in the mud.
I don't think they're in a title challenge because they're Spurs, isn't it? Spurs don't do that.
In all fairness, there was one condition or one factor I did not consider, and that was Jose Mourinho. And I completely forgot that he was manager of Tottenham. So
that guy,
margin,
he has his mission. He'll make it his personal mission not to lose to us. The guy. Yeah. He is that guy. He is that guy. He's petty. He's that petty guy. He is.
The only thing I would say is I can see them losing against Chelsea. I can see them losing against City, but I can see them coming to Arsenal and actually getting a win. It's just at the end of the day, I'm not saying we ain't got a chance, but obviously it's a derby game. Like form goes out the window, the passion takes over, and sometimes you're able to nick a win. So I don't think we should exaggerate too much and say that we're going to go there and we're going to get battered. I think we've got a chance to come out there and get a result from that game.
Definitely.
We don't know where we're going to be. Everything's going so quickly these days. We don't know where we're going to be in 3 weeks' time. This whole situation with everything going on in this world, with COVID, with players missing games due to it, people coming back from international break, we don't know who's going to be healthy, who's not going to be healthy. So 3 weeks' time is very far away to predict. But what I'm saying is, we should never go into a game, especially this game, with no confidence. As fans, we should always be up for this game, and we should be saying we're going to beat them. Even though you might not believe it, you should still be going into this game with confidence as fans.
And I feel
what you're saying is, even if you don't believe that you're actually going to beat the team, you should say that you're going to beat the team.
100%. You should be confident in your team. Not talk about some. I'm not saying what you said, Adam. I'm saying be confident in your team going into the North London derby, because that's a game. Form comes out the window. Everything goes out the window. That's one game we could be garbage and we'll show up for that game. And you guys know this. It's happened year in, year out.
Adam, what you have to also take into consideration, they've got 3 massive games in a row. So there's going to be, I can imagine them doing a lot of rotations because players going to get tired, and then you're still going to be playing Europa League games as well. So coming into a game on a Sunday, it's not exactly the easiest thing to manage. I think it's possibly one of the worst set of fixtures you can have in a row.
Sir, I hear you, and that's why I'm going for the victory. I do think Arsenal will beat Tottenham, and I'll say it again. I thought it was going to be by a bigger margin, and I'm thinking it probably won't be. But I do believe Arsenal will beat Tottenham in that North London derby. Sam, go on. What do you reckon? What's going to happen?
You know what? Every time Arsenal fans, they get confident, we get peppered like in Baku.
Every time.
Always.
Yeah.
But you know what? During the season, what we learned is that if we don't have confidence, we're drowsy, like, oh, we're going to lose this game, we end up winning. For example, Adam, do you remember the FA Cup game against Man City where we didn't have a prayer and we were not going to win the game? No chance. And then we beat Man City comfortably, 2-0 at Wembley. So, you know what? Reverse psychology, Adam. I'm going to use it. Tottenham will batter us 3-0. That's what I generally believe, because after
reverse psychology, he's going for that.
You see, Tottenham will smash us, they'll humiliate us, and all Arsenal fans will be crying that day.
Man's hoping for that complete reverse psychology.
Be careful, don't turn into a meme, man.
Yeah, be careful. That could get clipped and be memed up all over the place.
Right. Cool. Fixture number 4. Arsenal versus Burnley, and I'm gonna make a disclaimer right now. Burnley are basically my second team. I love that team. I love
Oh
showing that.
wow.
Swear.
Bro, I love them. I love the passion and the heart that they show.
Oh wow.
I love the fact that Burnley should have been relegated a couple seasons ago, but are still here fighting and clinging to the death. Yeah, they've got players that don't ever. They shouldn't be in this league.
Aren't they like one of the most hated teams like across the country? Like for the way they play.
Not by me.
Bro, I hate that team. Like,
what's the hate about Burnley, bro?
I hate them. No, listen, my friend's little brother was there, and they weren't giving the game. Like that team, yeah, is racist. I don't care what anyone says. That team.
Oh, mad.
Oh,
it's deep. It's deep. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Burnley.
I don't love Burnley, bro.
Adam, Burnley for Arsenal. We don't have to worry about them in the Premier League. We never lose to them.
That's true. We don't really lose to them.
Even when it's
Very
shaky.
rarely.
Last second, Panenka by Alexis Sanchez to win the game. Shit happens for us when we face Burnley.
I remember that.
But we're good. We're Burnley. You know what, guys? Burnley for us, they open the red carpet when we come in or when we come around. We're just chilling at Burnley. So guys, don't worry. Burnley. It doesn't matter home or away, Cash. We always beat Burnley. We're not going to lose.
If we're playing Burnley,
if we're
playing Burnley at home right now, I wouldn't expect us to win because we haven't got the tools to unlock their defense when they're sitting back and playing deep.
That's the thing that I was going to say. So the system we're playing. Yeah, defensively. Let's be real. Sean Dyche has that machine is so well oiled. Yeah, Sean Dyche is getting into every single one of them so much, right? Consistently. We don't have a player who can take the ball, do something different, do something magic. Like there's nothing of that creativity wise. Burnley are very well defensively structured, just like us in a way, because we are better defensively. But that is where I need to see what Arteta has to change it up against those low blocks. I don't. This might sound mad, but against big teams, right? We kind of know what Arsenal is going to do now. Usually we are the ones who are sitting back. Usually we are the ones who soak up the pressure, hit on the counter-attack along the wings, those cross-field balls to diagonals to Aubameyang, etc., all of that stuff, right? But against the low blocks, it just seems like we're backwards, sideways. Someone looks up, oh no, he's not there. Okay, backwards, sideways. We don't have a player who literally will get the ball and just drive, take on 2-3 players, do something different, which is why I rate that. I rate that Szoboszlai guy. Because watching him, he's very direct. He'll pick up the ball and go past the player. But we don't have that. So yeah, that's where I want to see Arteta do a little bit different and say, you know what? End of the day, this is Burnley. Let's go out and actually show we have quality in this team, and let's go out and slap them. Basically,
true. Sanchez is probably the last person that can do that.
Let's look at their form.
Yeah.
Let's look at their form, okay? They are so bad right now. They've only scored 3 goals, conceded 12 goals. They're second from bottom in the Premier League right now. What makes anybody think they're going to beat us? Honestly.
No, I don't think they'll beat us.
Sean Dyche is going to get into the...
They won't beat us. They won't. I don't think they'll beat us.
Do you think Sean Dyche, you rate Sean Dyche, the filthiest football manager around, yeah? Scum of the earth. Negative football, yeah. Disgrace to football, yeah. This ain't football, it's rugby. 2010, Tony Pillar Stoke, yeah. Both on the ball, pop. Because Burnley, yeah, is a rugby town, yeah. They haven't got a football team in my eyes. There's no football team in Burnley. There's only a rugby team, and that is the Dalek, the human Dalek from Doctor Who, Sean Dyche, yeah. My man eating worms every day, yeah.
What?
Worm manager. That's what he is.
Let me ask a quick question, and I'm trying to be as objective and playing. In fact, I'm playing devil's advocate. What is the difference between Sean Dyche's football and Arteta's football?
We don't oof it.
I was waiting for that question, but there's not.
We don't play Brexit. We don't have we've got no Brexit players on our team.
We don't oof it though. We don't oof it. It's shit football, but we don't
have the two up front, like the big guys.
Come on, man. Like Bolton as well. Nothing wrong with Bolton though. Just want to say I love Bolton, but you can't say Brexit like that. Arsenal have got them too, bro.
The difference between Sean Dyche and Mikel Arteta is Mikel Arteta is playing this way not by design. He's doing this but basically he fell into this plan based on the end of the last season, and he just worked for him, so he's consistently sticking with it. Sean Dyche, this is the way he plays. He plays defensive football by design. Arteta, when he first came in,
about Arteta though.
Arteta, when he first came in,
we have players to play more attacking though. I don't get it.
By
when
design.
he first came in, what was his word?
What
was his word? Adam, what was his words when he first came in? He said he wants to have an attacking style of football. He wants to be progressive. He wants to be the aggressor. He wants to have possession.
Yeah, but he also said a lot of things which he doesn't live up to. He also said things like, "Oh, you have to be 100% consistent in training and in the games and all of that," and yet you got Lacazette and Willian just doing what they're doing. I don't really take the things that these managers say in press conferences and all of that. Yeah, for me personally, a lot of it is PR stuff. I want to see what you're doing on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Monday. What are you doing on the field? And the thing is, right? Yes, I understand that. I mean, the difference between both of them is that one's Spanish and one's English, isn't it? But football-wise, if you actually look at the football, there's not much difference in terms of. I understand. I understand. Listen, I understand. We're not the part of the bus. We're not completely just part of the bus. 2 man up top. Hoof it up. We're not that, but we are a lot more closer to a Burnley style of play than we are to a Liverpool Man City style of play.
Of course we are.
And that's what for me, that's the issue right there. I don't think that we're complete park the bus, like prime Jose Mourinho merchant. I'm not on that, but I just think that we're not as close to the attacking style of play that we should be. And I do believe that we have better players than what is seen right now in terms of like. I feel like Arteta can adapt a better style of play with the players he has at his disposal. You can try something different. Like, for example, right? He was playing a 4-2-3-1 when he came in. He had Ozil in the 10. Obviously, that's a situation that we know he's not playing until if he gets registered again or not. But I assume he's not going to play for the season, right? Why don't you try like a Bukayo Saka in number 10, or for example, a Reece Nelson in number 10? Try something different.
Don't get anywhere near this team.
I'm just saying, try something different.
I agree with you. But then it goes back to the saying that it's not Football Manager. You must see this in training or attempted it and see that these players can't go and just replace them with Ozil in the number 10.
Yeah. No, I get that. I'm just thinking like the mindset I'm thinking of is like you're seeing consistent things that are not working on the pitch. So like, what's the harm in trying it? That's my point of view.
I agree.
Yeah. But we'll see.
I'm still waiting for you lot to tell me the difference between their football.
The difference between their football is better possession. Like, obviously, when we come up against the bigger teams, we haven't got much possession or things like that. Obviously, I understand our form. We're looking at our form and judging it off by that because we've lost to the likes of Aston Villa, lost to the likes of Leicester. But if you actually look at when he first came in and you saw the way Ozil looked like, I'm not saying Ozil was getting back to his best, but we looked like a team that could actually create chances. I just feel the lack of having that prime number 10 in there has forced him to go on the defensive. And obviously, when you're not an experienced manager, I can understand that. If it was an experienced manager, they would have tried other things. And I feel that's the only difference between Arteta actually showing what he can do from what he can't do.
But you know he's the reason that he doesn't have that prime number 10, right?
No, it's not.
I don't believe that. He's not the reason. Arteta's not the reason.
There's no manager. Listen, there's no.
I'm telling you right now. Yeah, Arteta has not picked that for footballing reasons.
Adam. There's no manager unless you're at a City where they say, okay, the manager don't want him in it now. Just put him to the side. We're Arsenal. We complain about money. There's no way they're gonna let a manager have that authority and say a 350k a week player is not playing. It's not gonna happen at all. I don't believe that.
So what's the reason?
It's political.
The
things that was said. Listen, China pays a lot of money. Kroenke is a white man who's rich. He's obviously got people talking in his ears and telling him, bruv, listen, you better sort this problem out, bruv.
Sponsors are dropping. Get him out the side. Simple. Like that. Yeah, that's it.
I think it's too political to even discuss sometimes.
It is. That's what I think. That's why I didn't really want to go into it. But, Adam, it's one of those.
I know people who's doing YouTube and their channels got banned for talking about Ozil. That's where this is going.
Where?
That's mad. That's
Bro,
mad.
I'm telling you,
That is
that's
crazy.
where it's going. That's what I'm trying to show you.
Yeah. Okay, no.
That's crazy.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
no. Forget it. Hey, Azul.
He who must not be named. He who must not be named.
Furthermore,
Right, so we're saying we're gonna beat Burnley, yeah?
Yeah, we'll beat Burnley. Yeah.
5-0?
Yeah.
easy win. No,
2-0.
3-0.
Yeah,
2-0.
2-0.
Alright, cool. Let's
You're getting goals out of somewhere.
Burnley is a W. By the way, guys, we're gonna be allowing some guests on in the next like 10 to 15 minutes. So if you want to jump on, just let me know. Follow me on Twitter at TFL Show, and I will get you involved. The last fixture, 2 days after that Burnley game, is against Southampton.
Ooh.
They're doing well. I can't lie. They're doing well. I can't lie. That will be a tricky one. How we
I
handle
rate their
Danny
manager
Ings.
highly, honestly.
Yeah, I think he's a good manager.
Yeah, as manager in the league, top 5. Hassan Hüttl as a top 5 manager.
Top
As
5.
he's
manager, yeah?
Top 5.
He's a special manager. Listen, he's better than Ronald Koeman at Barcelona. I think he's better than half the managers, or 70% of the managers in the Premier League. He's, you know what? He was at RB Leipzig, got them promoted from the Bundesliga 2 to Bundesliga, and they almost won the league. And the main reason why RB Leipzig and Nagelsmann are so good now is because of Hasenhüttl, because he put the building blocks there before RB Leipzig became this juggernaut in Germany. So you know what? You got to rate Raphael and Southampton are on the rise. Maybe.
Let's be honest. These guys got slapped by Leicester. They got slapped by Tottenham. Honestly, if you guys are rating this guy so highly as a manager, then at the same time, when he gets slapped by those teams, there's no pressure at Southampton. If this was Arsenal and we got slapped the way these guys got slapped, believe me, this guy would get sacked.
But that's different, though. You can't compare Arsenal to a Southampton.
The situation and expectations are different at both clubs.
It's way different.
It's like that's the thing. How a manager like Hasenhüttl, at like a Southampton, it's like when it's a good example to like when Poch was at Southampton and he took that step up to like Tottenham and he did what he did. If Hasenhüttl can like repeat that, then we can say, okay, he's a very good manager. What he's doing at Southampton is it's good. Like they're on form. He's got Danny Ings firing, etc., etc. But we have to see if he can take that next step, and that's the thing.
And don't forget, you have to commend him for the formation that he's playing as well. Like he's playing a 4-4-2 in this modern era. True, that's not easy to do.
No, it's not.
Do you know the center? You know Jan Vestergaard, brother. He has no pace whatsoever.
Wait, who?
Bro,
you know that big Norwegian or Danish
one. Vestergaard.
He's a Merseyside.
Nah, that's a centre back. Vestergaard's a centre back, no.
And then you got Romeu and Ward-Prowse in midfield.
Ward-Prowse, no pace in the midfield.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's crazy.
you're doing a good job of that team. Trust me.
And I can't lie. There's not many managers I know that would have been able to bounce back from a 9-0.
Yeah.
It was on a Friday, so everyone saw it as well. Bro, I can't lie. Ratings for that guy. So what is he? So is his team beating Arsenal or what?
It's too early to call because we don't know how it's so far away.
It depends on how we go into the game.
But if I had to predict, obviously I'm going to predict Arsenal win, especially if Danny Ings is still out. And they've been on a good run of form, especially getting a couple clean sheets here and there. But we don't know what team's going to show up in 4 weeks' time, 5 weeks' time. Right now, everything's looking good for them. Everything's looking bad for us. But in that time period, we could literally switch positions. They're right now in 4th. We're in what? 10th? So we could switch positions and literally
I just want to address something here that Lincoln has said. Apparently, Vestergaard is better than all of our centre backs.
Except Gabriel.
Lincoln, Lincoln. I know you want wrestling. You need a Stone Cold Stunner for that statement. We need a Stone Cold Stunner out of nowhere, bro. Because Vestergaard, is not a second region, but worse.
The expectation's different, bro. Like
exactly,
you see a player like him step up at Arsenal, look exactly.
They can make 10 mistakes in a season, like you won't hear a word of it. As soon as they make one mistake at a big club, oh my god, this guy's the worst thing since. So it's different.
If Mustafi was in some of the championship teams, he'd look world class. Let's be honest. The levels at Arsenal is completely different in comparison to the levels of a lower.
No, I don't think. Now, with some players, yes, I get your point, but with some players, no, because I remember that. Didn't Gary Neville say like why Arsenal signed Mustafi? He had Valencia as well. Like he was at Valencia while Mustafi. Some players are those kind of players who perform at like a good. Like for example, one player I would think is like, this might be controversial, but maybe not. Like Harry Maguire. what he was doing at Leicester is not what he's doing at United, because the expectations of both clubs are so different. The way that both clubs play are so different. Man United are consistently on the forward. They're always thinking to go ahead. Whereas Leicester, the line that they were... If you look at Leicester's line, it's much further to back than what Man United is. So it's like some players can perform at big clubs, some players can't. But that's the thing with football. You just never know if a signing is going to be good or not with different players. It's one of those things like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then yeah, it doesn't.
There you go.
It's one of those, isn't it?
I just want to make it clear. Igal has said that Arsenal are going to win all 5 of our next fixtures. I just want to make that clear, yeah?
Round of
Igal
applause,
said we're
man.
getting 5 wins in a row on the bounce.
Bro, I genuinely wish I had your confidence and positivity towards this club. Honestly, on a level, it must feel high all the time. You must feel good all the time.
You know what it is? You know what it is? I'm a homer. So it's like I came from a town where my team was garbage my whole entire life, and I backed them, and I finally seen the fruits of my labors after 25 years. So as Arsenal fans, we've seen it before, and now we want to get back to it. But we have to understand right now we might not be great, but we have to still back the team. We have to still support the team. And you know what? If I can give you guys a little bit of pep talk, we might not beat all these teams, but at the end of the day, if we all support them, at the end of after the game's done, we'll still be happy. Even if we lose, we can still support them, and next week we'll win a game. So don't worry.
And you know what? There's some idiots who beg for Arsenal to win. Yeah, come on, bro. You always have to beg for your team to win.
It's true. We've got Brandon in the building. How you doing, Brandon?
What's going on, Brandon?
I'm good. How is everybody?
Oh, you're on a mad one.
Doing good, man.
Your hair's on a mad one.
All right, Brandon, what are you saying? Do you think we're going to get 5 wins in a row, sir?
5 wins in a row?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one this weekend, because we're going to find out more about Mikel Arteta, I think. Whether he is good enough for the Arsenal job, because it's clear that the system that he was playing before the international break wasn't really working. Is he gonna change it? Is he gonna has he come up with another plan? Is he gonna be able to get Aubameyang in the game more? Because I think that's what we need. We're missing his goals big time, definitely. As for 5 wins in a row, let's just see how we get on this weekend first.
Fair. Is that? Oh, I was going to say that looked like a different kind of topic. It's an Arsenal topic.
Of course it is.
Yeah, you're right. We are going to have to see how we get on this weekend. It's going to be peak. The only thing is, I just seen Arsenal get pressed like a.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like
Leeds are non-stop, bro. They are like dogs on crack. Like, they're just consistent press. And this is the thing. I just don't think we'll be able to outrun them, which is my problem. Because when a team outruns and outworks us, that is when we are unstuck, whether we have the quality on the pitch or not. We just don't work as hard. That's what I'm thinking.
There is one thing about Leeds, and that is they do leave themselves open quite a bit to the counter-attack. And if we get the system right, and if we can get Aubameyang, and hopefully Pepe will play in the game as well, if we can get them to running in on goal with balls over the top and things like that, I think we could cause Leeds problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that as well.
Yeah, I want to ask the people in the comment section, why aren't you guys smashing that like button? Smash that like button, people, and also tell us what you guys think. Do you honestly think we're going to lose to Leeds? Because I don't think we're going to lose to Leeds. Let's be honest, it's Leeds. It's not Barcelona.
Yeah, that's true.
It's Aston Villa. It's not Barcelona.
It's Aston Villa. It's not Barcelona. It's Leicester. It's not Barcelona.
Aston Villa showed. I know Leeds showed against Liverpool and Man City, but Aston Villa was the next level. What they did against Liverpool, 7-2. What they've been doing, even against Leeds, they beat them 3-0 at their house. So it's just like
true.
Are we all confident then?
No,
not everybody.
Yeah,
not a chance.
I think out of these 5 games, I've given us 8 points. Obviously, that's not good enough. We should be getting at least 10 out of these 5 games.
Yeah.
We've got
at
a
the end
couple
of the day,
to add. Hold on. Sorry, Brandon. We got
it's all right.
Albert, I believe, and one other guy.
Of these 5 games, I've given them 8 points.
Whoa.
Go backtrack.
Someone
Backtrack.
These 5 games.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is.
Yeah. Okay, now it's gone.
I think it's calm. Yeah.
Just let me know when you stop playing it, and then I'll unmute you, mate. Albert, what are you telling me?
What's happening, man?
Arsenal in the next 5 games.
Ooh. If we go by game, you know what it is, Adam? I think we'll beat Leeds. We'll draw at home to Wolves, because we actually haven't beaten Wolves at home since they come back into Premier League a few years ago. I think we might come unstuck against Spurs, but I'm going basically off of what I've seen so far this season. What's the next game after Tottenham? Just give me a reminder.
Burnley.
Yeah, so it's Leeds, Wolves, Tottenham, Burnley, Southampton.
Is Burnley at home or away? Is it
Home?
Home.
I think we'll scrape past Burnley. And Southampton's going to be tricky, man. They're a bit of a bogey side away from home, aren't they?
We're at home. We're at home to Southampton.
We're at home, Southampton.
I don't think it makes too much difference nowadays, anyway. Really.
But the thing, the thing is, you know what? It's Arsenal during the Christmas period, yeah. And when Arsenal get into the Christmas period, they put the slippers up and we get smashed at week in, week out. It's the same old Arsenal every year. Like, remember last year during the Christmas period where I think we played Man City and we got slapped 3-0, and then we drew 0-0 to Everton, and we drew 2-2 to Standard Liège. So it's not a good time to be Arsenal during that time.
I guess not. Zip down. I know you were saying a lot of stuff in the comments, particularly to one member of this panel. he shall remain nameless. Igal. But yeah, what do you reckon? Are Arsenal gonna win the next 5 games?
Well, first I'm gonna address Igal. When I just like, main thing is no disrespect. I didn't mean to disrespect anyone. I kind of had a hot take. I was feeling emotional after watching the show. Man U fans were jumping on us, and I didn't feel like we were defended. And I feel like Egal was getting picked on, and I just wish that we had more power in numbers to fight against the other fans. I wasn't a dig at Egal. I just felt like we were underrepresented.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, these next couple of fixtures, I don't feel as good as you guys about Leeds at all. I think Leeds is similar to Villa in the sense that they're kind of lower table teams that are really overperforming. And I would be happy with a draw against Leeds. That's how I feel about it. The other games, I don't know yet. It depends on form. Because I think what you guys are saying about Arteta is keeping the same system. If he keeps the same system, we're going to get similar results, I think, no matter the opponent, because they're all like low scoring pretty much.
Damn. Love that. Look at, see what I told you a lot about sensible Arsenal fans, and here you have 8 of them before your very eyes. Now,
See that just
maybe 7. I'm talking about myself. Chill.
See,
Nice save.
to me, that just shows how far Arsenal have fallen. You know, we've got a fan here who's worrying about we're all worrying about whether we can actually beat Leeds or not. A team that's just come up from the Championship. Yes, they play good football, but we should be beating these teams, you know, comfortably. And another thing as well is what we've all got to remember at the moment as well is, I know that there shouldn't really be much difference in it, but Arsenal's away form is actually better than their home form at the moment. So if there's one saving grace about this game, it is away from home. And when we sit back against teams, it works better away from home than what it does at home. And especially against a team like Leeds, who, you know, as you already said, like to press, like to play good football. And I just think they'll leave themselves exposed at the back, and we can take that to our advantage. So I'm quite confident that we'll win that game.
There you go.
As for the other 3, I don't know. Spurs is obviously going to be a real tough game. Wolves are always a tough team to play as well. Who knows?
Okay. So Adam, 15 points might be unrealistic, but if you guys were to say what's realistic for you guys, is 10 points, 11 points realistic? Because I'm saying out of the next 5 fixtures, if you can get 9 to 10 to 11 points, that to me is decent results for out of 15 points.
If you get 11, 12, that's brilliant.
Just know,
considering where we are, I'm thinking realistically 7 to 8 points out of the 5 games that we have.
But you know what? You know what I need to say though. Yeah.
Go on.
Looking at the season overall so far, I understand the panic, but I don't think the panic is more so the results or where we are on the table. It's more so the performance. Because if you look at these games that we played so far, it's a typical Arsenal season. That you will lose to the Man City, the Liverpool. You will probably win one game, whether it's away or home to Leicester, and you will lose one. And we're only 4 points off from the top 4. So it's not. The problem is not the season that we're having; it's just the performance.
Listen, there's nothing wrong. Go ahead, Adam. No, there's nothing. There's nothing wrong. Sorry. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism, but I feel like it's unrealistic when people say we're going to get 6 or 5 points out of the next 15 games. That is not realistic. Guys don't think we can even get 2 wins out of the next 5 games. That's crazy to me. Like, come on, let's be honest, guys.
Well, there you have it. We'll see what happens. Go on. Final point, Albert.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think I understand the skepticism and obviously what we've seen before, and I think I've heard a lot of rumblings with Arsenal fans in terms of they're not even particularly sure. We know as fans, us as fans, our own 2 eyes don't lie to us, and we can see what needs to be changed. But if Mikel Arteta doesn't change it, which is a possibility that he won't, like tactics-wise, that would be a massive, massive concern for me, man.
Fair.
Massive concern.
I hear it. One last thing I just want to highlight here. We've got this ridiculous human. This ridiculous.
Who is that clown? He needs to come on.
I don't know who that is. Let's just be real. We don't know who that is.
I swear that's your picture.
Yeah, he's one of my subscribers. Yeah, that's one of my guys. Yeah.
And massive.
It's let's say out of context. Let's say out of context.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'll say so.
Yeah, very out of context.
Just real quickly, speaking of Harry Maguire, right? Now, I don't agree with that comment whatsoever. But when we're talking about Mikel Arteta's system here, right? This is how bad this system is for Aubameyang. Harry Maguire has had more shots on goal this season than Aubameyang, and that's a fact.
It's embarrassing.
That is sad.
We need to play. We need to play to our best players' strengths. We don't play to Aubameyang's strengths at all. He's playing on the left wing. I could understand if he's playing left wing or inverted forward, whatever you want to call it. If we have the balls over the top, runs in behind, all of that, we expect him to. I've seen Aubameyang cross into Lacazette. What's going on there? That's unacceptable to me.
It is.
Like I saw highlights from his game with his national team, Gabon. He's in the middle. He's in the box, 6 yards. That's what he does. Regardless of his technical ability, Aubameyang scores goals. When he does not score goals, he is very, very poor. Yeah, he's ineffective. Like, but as a club, we should know that. Okay, we have a player. I like him. I always say this. He's like Jamie Vardy at Leicester. Leicester's system is suit and tailor made to Jamie Vardy. In behind, whatever you want to do, he's always there. And obviously, he came on against us and 1-0. Do you know what I mean? I think we should do something similar with Aubameyang where we play to his strengths. We don't play to his strengths. Very rarely do I see Aubameyang make I see Aubameyang make loads of runs, but very rarely do we actually play that ball over the top.
100%.
Very rarely. And that's the thing that frustrates me. And it frustrates him as well. You can see sometimes you see him like he'll say to whoever's playing the ball, like, I'm through. Play me over the top. I've got the defender for pace. He can skin anyone in the league for pace. Let's be real. But we don't play to his system.
Can I just jump in there as well? Like with regards to Aubameyang, I see a lot of people are saying he should be played down the middle, and I agree. But I only agree because Lacazette and the other strikers are not really cutting it right now. They're not performing. I mean, I don't get where this whole narrative has come from that Aubameyang must be played through the middle. At the end of the day, since he's been at Arsenal, he's predominantly played on the left-hand side, and he's consistently scored 20 plus goals per season from the left-hand side. So the only reason it's not working right now isn't because he's being played out of position as such. It's more because Mikel Arteta's system just doesn't suit him.
I agree with that, but then again, then
The only
again,
thing
though,
that I would say,
you gotta preserve his career. Like he's going into his final years, and you don't want him to be burning out on the wing. Like as I said before, you look at one of the best wingers in the world, Ronaldo, at one time, and you've seen that he's moved into
he's
that number 9
adapted his
position
game.
now.
Yeah,
And it's adapted. Yep.
So why should we burn out Aubameyang out wide?
Guys, I think it's a
Yeah,
personal.
I just got some news that Kolasinac tested positive for COVID.
oh yeah, I saw that actually. Yeah, I saw
Well,
that.
So did I.
anyway,
I literally, I don't even care.
Adam.
Sam, final point. Iga, I will let you make your point when we go around. Sam, where can everyone find you, and what is the final point you would like to make?
Samuel 4002 EFC on Twitter, and the Invincibles are the greatest Premier League team ever, and second best Premier League team ever is Arsenal 02.
Love that. Igal, final point.
Yeah.
Where can everyone find you?
Yo, guys, you can find me on EGTV on YouTube. Check it out. And I think Martinelli coming back might help us push Aubameyang in the middle, and then we'll have Martinelli and Aubameyang can be more fluid and interchange from the left wing and the right in the striker position going forward.
Fair enough. Good point. Kesh, final point. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Twitter. That's at KeshAFC04, and also on the EGTV.
Lovely. Zip Dow. Where can everyone find you, sir? Oh, you're on mute, bro.
Twitter at ZipDow, and yeah, I hope that we can beat Leeds and we can turn this thing around.
Lovely, lovely. Albert J.
Cheers, bro. Yeah, my Twitter handle's on the screen, as you can see it, and my channel is Albert J TV, all Arsenal and football related in general. What I want to see Mikel Arteta do is to be more brave and realize that playing 3 up top doesn't work. Play 2.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. And finally, Brandon, go for it.
Yeah, so you can find me. I've just created a new YouTube channel, Brandon AFC Fan TV. After last time I was on, you asked where you could find me, and I didn't have anything. And I agree with what Albert just said there. I do think that I want to see Nicolas Pepe starting. I don't want to see this Willian business no more. He's not cutting it for Arsenal. And I reckon if Arteta changes the system slightly, tweaks it, who knows where we can go.
Lovely, lovely. JR Fizzy, it wasn't last. Last but not least. Wow. Fizzy, how you doing?
JR Fizzy on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And I want to see what Arteta has as a manager. This is the perfect time for him to sway a lot of the fans who are questioning, a lot of the fans who want him out, which I don't think is right anyways, but that's for another day. That's for another day. I think this is literally the time where he can prove all of his questions and haters wrong, in my opinion. So let's hope he does that. Because if he does, Arsenal win. So I'm happy with that.
Fair. And yeah, I'm Adam at TFO Show. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll be back another day. Yeah, and I think I agree with everything everyone has to say. Maybe not the Arsenal 02 team, but Invincible, your greatest Premier League side ever, with far more world-class players than the Chelsea team who won the league after that.